specifically to Mulesoft. But I am always very curious, like how an effective Mulesoft resume looks like exactly. Because obviously our Mulesoft profile or resume is the most important part before proceeding to the interview question and answers. Because see, before scheduling the interview, what the recruiter looks exactly your resume first, your Naukri profile. Based on that only, whether they wanted to schedule your call or not, they'll be checking out exactly. The first weapon is your resume, and then immediately they'll call you, right? After calling you, they'll ask some details. They'll see your confidence. Okay, once they see your confidence and your profile looks good, then they will try to schedule the call exactly. See, whenever there is a continuous flow in the job opportunities, continuous flow of job opportunities, every resume will get the call. Okay, whenever there is a tough time, the resume should be very very effective. Then only you will get more calls when compared to the other people exactly. Okay, whenever there are full of opportunities, irrespective of however your resume is, just put up Mulesoft and keep four five points. That's more than enough. You'll be getting continuous calls and then you'll be placed somewhere. But the market is not that way today exactly. It is very very difficult to crack the opportunity. And one more thing, to get the interview calls itself, people are struggling. Okay, for that reason, I just wanted to show you exactly what are all the components of an effective Mulesoft resume. That is the first thing. And then the other thing is, like, whenever you wanted to apply for an opportunity, always it is a good practice to send a cover letter along with the Mulesoft resume also. Okay, I just wanted to show you both, and then I'll go to the interview question and answers exactly. Okay, is that okay? Because see, there are so many people who makes the mistake, they just copy it and paste it. Okay, see, I'm not against copying and pasting, that's fine exactly. But what should be included, what should not be included in your Mulesoft profile is the most important thing you have to know. Got it? Okay, for that reason it is. And so many points will be repetitive. If you observe a profile, they'll the same points, they'll be keeping it in multiple times exactly. That is also not a good practice. For that reason, what we'll try to see, I have worked my best to get one ideal resume. Okay, now we'll see what are all the components which needs to be covered and what are the points to be covered exactly, and then we'll go on to the Mulesoft interview question and answers exactly. Okay, fine. Now this is the agenda for today. Okay, and interview question and answers also we'll go topic by wise. We'll not go randomly. We'll pick some questions and then we'll not be answering that. Okay, what I'll try to do, I'll try to pick up, for example, like the first will be web services. Okay, we'll check out the possible questions in Mulesoft interview exactly. What will be the possible questions in web services section, and we'll try to see that 10 to 15 questions. We'll answer that, and then we'll go to next is designing raml exactly. So we'll again list the question. That way we'll try to go topic wise. Now what happens, you will have the clarity in this particular topic what might be the questions you'll be getting, and you'll get topic by topic also, and consolidated whenever we are doing the mock interviews, right? At that point of time you prepare in consolidated, and then you can come for the mock interview. We'll ask the questions exactly. But every part, see, for example, if I am in the panel exactly, what happens is I will check out all the components of Mulesoft. Okay, data view some questions, studio some questions, connector some questions, data view some questions. Okay, I'll be focusing all aspects of the Mulesoft exactly. Okay, while testing a person for the interview. Okay, fine. Now I have prepared a sample one draft resume. Okay, which will consist of all the details exactly. Okay, first of all, obviously mention the full name. Okay, your contact details, that is everyone knows it, like your mobile number and the email ID. And whenever you have some certifications, please mention in the top. Okay, that is one good thing. Because see, for example, like there are 100 people competing for the same one, and 40 people are not having the certification. You are you are already ahead of that 40 members exactly, right? If you don't mention this, nobody has the time to go and see whether you have a certification or not exactly. Okay, that is the reason always if you have multiple certification, relevant certifications. I'm not telling random certifications of any. For example, like now you are applying for Mulesoft and don't put for some other certifications which is totally irrelevant. If it is other integration technologies, I accept. For example, like Boomi or Amazon Logic, AWS Logic Apps, okay, Workato, these kind of integration tools, I accept. That is fine completely. But irrelevant, don't include it. Only the relevant certifications has to be mentioned in the top exactly. Okay, got it. Now, and this objective part, everyone we keep it right. See, but it should be little interesting. Like I'm keenly interested in challenging assignments which will enable me to sharpen my skills and make me competent enough to excel in enterprise integration application design. I didn't tell it as Mulesoft exactly. Okay, it means that I'm telling that if tomorrow you Mulesoft, you got Boomi, you got Workato project, you got some other integration project, I'm ready to shift myself. You got my okay. See, I'm not specifically telling him, I'm open for switching the technology also within the space which is available. I'm telling in enterprise integration application. Mulesoft is a EA tool, right? EA tool, enterprise application integration tool. That is the reason I'm telling enterprise application design and development exactly. Okay, then see, this is the most important part where you have to check it out exactly. Okay, profile summary. See, profile summary should include the total expertise exactly. What expertise? Your technical expertise, okay, your total experience related details, and then your regular normal communication skills. Okay, those kind of skills also has to be included in the professional summary. Okay, now first of all, what is the most important thing? Your total experience and the relevant experience. Okay, that is the most important thing. Now, the first point says have 5+ years of total experience in the software industry with 3+ years as a Mule ESB developer. Can you see the keyword here? Okay, MuleSoft developer, Mule ESB developer. If you observe Naukri or LinkedIn, you'll have both the keywords exactly. Okay, some people will ask for Mule ESB developer, but mostly use MuleSoft developer. That is the reason I will be planning multiple places like Mule ESB and MuleSoft exactly. MuleSoft developer. Okay, you got the point, right? How to include that exactly. Now, and 2 years as a mainframes developer. Okay, I'm clearly saying in my total experience, this is the experience of mine for MuleSoft, and the other I have another tool exactly. Is that clear? Okay, fine. Next, see, I'm just summarizing everything in the first point itself. I worked extensively on MuleSoft platform. See here, MuleSoft platform. I used MuleSoft, not Mule ESB. MuleSoft platform, and I didn't use Anypoint till now. Please see that also, including Anypoint Studio, Design Center, Exchange, API Manager, Runtime Manager, and Anypoint Monitoring. Why did I use all the components of Anypoint platform here? Maybe in the job description, if they mention any of these also, your profile will be shortlisted very easily. Okay, most of the resumes I never see Design Center, Exchange, Manager, Runtime Manager, any of these keywords exactly. Right? Now you'll be ahead of other people also, right? Okay, please understand these kind of things exactly. Okay, now, and one more thing also, this gives a real look exactly for the recruiter also. As soon as they see this profile, they feel like, okay, it's a complete profile. They have represented all the details with us exactly, and the necessary things are all also available in the resume itself. Is that clear? Okay, next is I have a solid understanding of REST and SOAP web services architecture. Okay, with the help of Mulesoft, what we are doing exactly? We are trying to do mostly REST APIs and integrations, right? These are the two things which we are trying to implement. Now, that is the reason I told, I have expressed, I have a solid understanding of REST and SOAP services. Exactly. Okay. But I haven't mentioned, I have implementation part I haven't mentioned here. Please understand. Only theoretically, I have a solid understanding of REST and SOAP. Now you'll get a question when to go for REST and when to SOAP. Exactly. That we'll try to discuss in the interview point of view. Okay. Theoretically, you have a solid understanding Okay, this is REST, this is SOAP, and most of the time, 90-95% of the time, most of the time we'll be developing REST applications or integrations exactly. Okay, next. And I told here, actively involved in each phase of the API lifecycle. What is that? API lifecycle: gather the requirements, design, implementation, test, secure, monitor. Okay, all these aspects. Got it? Right? See, we are coming one by one, right? Okay, this is the way. See, what we try to do, we try to keep all the points at a time and we'll get confused. Don't do that. Go point by point. Now I am going at the top level. Okay, I'm going at the top level right now. Then I'll go by each and every module of the Mulesoft. Okay, next. Proficient in designing, developing, and managing. Proficient in means I am an expert in designing, implementing, and managing. Three words. See here. Okay, it is API lifecycle. I am repeating the same point in a different aspect here. But observe, what is that? REST. I specifically mentioned REST APIs here. Designing, implementing, and managing REST APIs and integrations following the best practice using Mulesoft Anypoint platform. You saw the keyword here. Okay, Mulesoft is there and Anypoint platform is there. Exactly. And immediately I discussed about the deployment strategies I have worked on. Okay, worked on various projects that involve deploying Mule applications using Cloud Hub, on-premises, and hybrid deployment strategies. For example, I have on experience on RTF also. I can mention RTF. Okay, right? You got the see, but mention whatever you are confident. Don't mention the things for the namesake example in the profile. Okay, I don't suggest whenever you write a words about something in profile, right? You have to have some knowledge, at least 50 to 60% knowledge about it. Okay, now as part of our project development, already we have seen the three strategies, right? Already we have knowledge, right? At least to some extent, we can answer the questions, right? Okay, that is the reason it is good to include these, right? And order also, see, order of the deployment strategies, if you observe, Cloud Hub, on-premises, and hybrid. Okay, I mentioned Cloud Hub at the first because it is the most widely used. Exactly. Now you have to get more exposure on Cloud Hub related things. Exactly. Okay, fine. Next, immediately I wanted to again tell I have experience in dealing with API-led architecture. Okay, right? I have told worked on various projects. Hands-on experience in designing and implementing system, process, and experience layer APIs using API-led architecture. Am I clearly mentioning I am completely aware of API-led architecture here? Okay, and you can ask me questions, I'll answer. Right? Okay, next. Strong understanding of RESTful API design principles and ability to create clear and concise API specifications using RAML. See, there is a repetitive point here. I already told I have a strong understanding of REST, but still I am repeating it here for the sake of what? RAML. Till now I haven't mentioned, right? Till now I have discussed in the total top manner exactly. Right now I'm discussing component wise. Now I'm coming to API specification, design center part, and one by one exactly. Okay, now see, this is RAML. I use that. See, sometimes your job description will consisting of strong understanding of RAML concepts. Now a keyword is included here. Okay, right. Now if you see, I have used REST here. I have used RESTful API here. Whenever you have the opportunity to use the same keyword, same word multiple times, try to use the different versions of it. Here I used web services, not APIs. Got it? Here I used RESTful API, REST APIs. Okay, that way you have to think smartly to engage the keywords exactly. Is that clear? I'm just giving the idea. Based on this, you can do more research and then you can implement that exactly. Now, immediately, I mentioned what are the data formats I have worked on. What are the important data formats? JSON, first one, XML and CSV. These are the three important data formats. Most probably it is 80 to 90% JSON only. But I'm telling I have experience in working with three data formats. Okay, got it? This is the next point. Exactly. Next, I'm just discussing about the connectors I have worked. Okay, what are the connectors? Mule connectors, hands-on experience in using Mule connectors such as HTTP, database, JMS. See, these two are same, right? If I learn one, I can easily correlate the other one, right? Okay. See, I can increase the number of connectors, right? I learned one and I have increased it to two. FTP, file SFTP, three are similar, right? You got it? That is the reason I have included those three. But you have to have strong understanding of it exactly. Okay, right? Next, Salesforce, and I know how to consume SOAP service, right? I've used web service consumer also. Is that clear? Did I mention anything extra? Excuse me. Yes, please. Okay. Did I extra anything extra here? No. But is the resume looking professional? Okay, whatever we have learned as part of the project, the same connectors I have included here. I haven't mentioned anything more. Got it? Okay, fine. Now I have included C, Mule Connect, HTTP, database, JMS, VM, FTP, file, SFTP, Salesforce, website. For example, if they ask any other connector other than this, if you have knowledge, you can tell I have done a POC. Okay, I haven't used it in the real time exactly. Okay, if you don't have any experience or expertise, also you can tell that I don't have any idea in that particular connector. Don't bluff in the interview. Okay, if you don't know, straight away say no. Nobody will look 100% answers exactly. Okay, fine. Next, I have included connectors now. There are components also, right? Okay, components or scopes exactly. Okay, I am taking it as a generalized word called components here. Hands-on experience in using Mule components such as API kit router, choice router, batch processing, okay, scatter gather, for each, parallel for each, cache, validation modules, error handlers, object store, and scheduler. Did I mention all the important concepts, whatever we have used? Right? It means that you are clearly specifying, don't ask me other than this. Are you mentioning very clearly, ask me on these only, don't go for out. If you ask me also, you can tell very clearly, I don't have any expertise or experience in that. Exactly. And if I get the opportunity, I'm ready to explore, learn, and apply it. Exactly. Okay, you should tell that willingness. Okay, fine. Now, see why I have used these components only. This one, and mostly they'll be asking questions on these kind of things only. For example, like if you observe MCD level 1 certification also, you'll have questions on scatter gather. Okay, you will have questions on for each, batch processing, error handling. Okay, a parallel for each will be there again. This is a processing, parallel processing, and even API kit router also will have questions, right? Why API kit router is used? Okay, see, I have applied the same concept and included the components which are widely used as well as which are very, very important. It means that on all these topics, you have to be very, very strong enough to answer the questions. And whatever we discussed in the project classes, that is more than enough to answer for the experience range of 3 to 5 years. I'm not telling for 10 years, 12 years and all. Okay, is that clear? Now, And what are the other important components? RAML, components, and immediately data view also, right? Because data without data view, it is an incomplete interview. Okay, nobody will go through your firstly asking after asking 2 3 questions in the initial phase, right? Immediately they will ask you to share your screen and then write the data view for the 2 to 3 questions exactly. They will give you some 2 to 3 questions and they will ask you to write it using playground data view playground. Is that clear? Okay, for that reason I wanted to mention a point related to data view also. The point I have written: proficient in data view programming language for data manipulation and transformation within Mule applications. See, I'm writing a simple point, but presenting it in a powerful manner. Got it? Now, see, what is the next point I'm including here? Proficient in robust error handling mechanism in Mulesoft applications using try scope, on error continue propagate, and custom error handlers. You are mentioning to him, I'm strong in error handling also, right? Is that clear? You got the opportunity to utilize triscope also, you have mentioned, and you can tell again whenever they ask for error handling strategies, you can tell, right? Error handling strategies and all global level error handling, flow level, component level. Okay, all these strategies and the components required and all you can discuss. That is the reason I have mentioned separate point about error handling. For example, if you are not confident about any of the topics here, don't mention them, skip that point, but they may have questions. See, without error handling question, obviously nobody will go ahead. There will be at least 1 or 2 questions first. But still, if you're not so confident, don't put that exactly. Nothing is going to happen. But say ideally, these are all the parts of Mulesoft resume. You need to have all the points related to each and every component of Mulesoft exactly. Next, strong hands-on experience in recording and writing unit test cases using MUnit. Is that clear? To ensure the reliability and functionality of Mule applications and APIs. See, I'm just telling I have used MUnits, that's it. But for telling that, we are using some powerful words. Okay, simple, right? See, that is to get the profile filtered from our recruiter. This is the way you need to work. For example, you don't know how to write. How to do that? Use ChatGPT or Gemini. Okay, I want a point related to MUnit. Okay, think of something and write it there, and it will give some point. And try to change that and include it here. You got the point, right? Okay. See, obviously, will not be proficient in writing the things and all. I understand that. Okay. For that reason, already you have some tools to utilize it, right? You can use AI, and then you can include those points here. But you need to spend some time. Okay. Fine. Now next one. Policies. Proficient in creating and applying security policies to APIs, which includes OAuth 2.0, basic auth, client ID enforcement. Okay, you can include. We have seen rate limiting, right? We have seen HTTP caching, right? Exactly. You can include those two also. Then what happens? If they come to policies related questions, they will restrict, or you can restrict them around these policies only. Okay, if they go out of these policies, you can tell. For our experience range, like 3 to 5 years of experience range, you can tell that I haven't worked on other policies also. Okay, but you have to be thorough understanding of what OAuth, basic auth, client ID, okay, rate limiting, HTTP cache, these policies. Okay, fine. Now immediately, already we know one-way and two-way SSL, right? We have seen as part of our project, right? Exactly. Then we have to mention that also. No? See, most of the people will not mention that exactly, but still we know that we have to express that, right? For that reason, I proficient in implementing one-way and two-way SSL 2 SSL is called mutual TLS, right? Exactly. Okay, for secure communication channels within MuleSoft applications. Okay, I mean to say, I know one way and two way SSL also. For example, you already know if there is a question on key store or trust store, how to make your API HTTPS, otherwise how to enable two-way SSL. If they ask question, you will be able to answer, right? Okay, that is the reason I'm mentioning this particular point. For example, this is, I told you, this is the ideal resume. I will not comment everyone to have every point here, but I'm just giving you the hint. These all points can be part of your resume. Maybe you can take out 3-4 points out of this, and then later on, once you become stronger, you can add them. For example, you are strong in all the things, and this particular point you are not strong, one way, two way SSL. Remove that, no problem. Okay. See, you may think that there are so many points here. Exactly, I need to include everything. No, at least 70 to 80% of these points has to be included. Got it? Okay. Now, next, immediately, what did I tell? Hands-on experience in using various CI/CD pipeline tools such as Jenkins, Bitbucket, GitHub, etc. Okay. Now, as part of our project, we will be discussing about Jenkins pipeline, right? Obviously, now at least you can tell them. See whether do you have the, immediately they may ask you the question like, do you have the experience of creating the pipeline? You can tell them, I don't have the experience of creating pipeline. I have the experience of using it exactly, and debug whenever there is a failure of my application in the pipeline. Okay, there was a separate DevOps team who used to handle that. If I get the opportunity to create the pipeline, I'm ready to explore and learn about it. Okay, got it right? Okay. See, as you people are in the starting phase now, if you say those kind of answers also, they see the approach in you exactly. Okay, how he is answering or he is answering. Got it? Okay. Now, immediately there is one more skill which is very required in the real-time world. What is that exactly? Problem solving and debugging skills. Okay, whenever there is a issue or whenever there is a problem statement or whenever there is a requirement, immediately you have to analyze and find a solution for it, right? Okay, that is a problem solving. And debugging means whenever there is a issue, you need to see, okay, in this application, okay, where, for example, like there are three layers: experience, process, system layer. Which layer failed? Okay, in that layer also, for example, like system layer, the transaction got failed in system layer. Why it got failed in system layer? What is the reason? All these are debugging skills. Going through the logs, checking the logs and finding the problem, and then you need to fix it. Exactly. Okay, that is the reason I am writing, I possess excellent problem solving and debugging skills which enable me to quickly identify and resolve issues in MuleSoft applications and APIs. Got it? Okay, next, I'm talking about the documentation also. What is that? Using Confluence, I'm ready to do the documentation. Exactly, it's simple, exactly like it's it just it looks like our Word document only. They'll have some extra features and then you can do that. Okay, and nobody is going to ask you the questions on that, but still I just wanted to, for example, like if there is a point about job description, point in the job description saying that you need to have some documentation skills using Confluence. Exactly. Okay, for that also we have a point here. Got it? Most probably 99% of the time you will not have any questions on documentation. How do you do? Okay, but you can tell them I have used Confluence as the document management tool for technical documentation of our APIs. Okay. Any questions so far? Any questions so far?
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, please.
Can you tell me about you said about the CSID pipeline? That one, Jenkins
See, your
pipeline.
voice is echoing. Exactly. Can you please check the settings or pass the question in the chat box? I'll check that and I'll answer.
Just about CSID pipeline.
Just pass the question in chat box actually. I'll check it out.
Anish, are you able to hear?
Yes, yes, please.
Suppose I'm applying MuleSoft, before that I work Dell Boomi. Those things if mentioning is the advantage or don't mention what
It
you
is an
said.
advantage only. Yes, it is, as it is a relevant thing. Obviously, it will be an added advantage only because see, whenever you even the organizations are looking for multi-skilled people. Okay, because tomorrow they are not getting MuleSoft projects. They got a Boomi project, for example. Okay, you can easily cross skill. That is one thing immediately. And one more thing is, for example, like Boomi project is not available. MuleSoft is there and you have understanding of two different technologies. If there is any new technology inside the company also, you'll be the first person to get the opportunity and switch to that. Obviously
I
it
meant
will
to
be
say,
an added advantage only. You have to add it.
yeah, not only, I mean to say, you mentioned that like a MuleSoft and mainframe, no? Like a MuleSoft and Dell Boomi, then I can
Yes,
mention like you have a
yes.
API management and whatever is exactly same Dell Boomi also. So those all thing we need to put the
See,
role here
no,
also highlighted.
yeah, yeah, I'll tell you you have to
Okay.
utilize more of MuleSoft exactly. Okay, because you are
Okay.
applying for a MuleSoft position, but you should express that I know Del Boomi also, or Boomi. It's not Del
Okay.
Boomi now.
Yeah.
It's Boomi. You know Boomi.
Boomi.
I'm capable of handling the project in Boomi also. Just at least explain with one point. That's more than enough. No need to go in detail because you are not applying for a Boomi position. You are applying for a MuleSoft position.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah. Any other questions?
If we don't have any experience in uh, MuleSoft, how can they accept my resume? If I
Okay.
know everything, but I didn't do any project, or I don't have hands-on experience in the MuleSoft, how can be selected?
See, obviously, I think before coming to this, you might know the answer exactly, but I'll explain it once again. Okay. See, the first question is, without that knowledge, how do you come and learn MuleSoft? First point, right? Yes or no? You might have your brother or your friend or your sister or someone might have told you or referred you to learn some new technology. Leave about MuleSoft, some new technology, right? Okay. There is, see, in USA, 70% of the market, as per my understanding or as per my experience, runs on runs on some fabricated experience only. 70%. You'll be surprised. What is fabricated experience? For example, they might have worked on a different technology. They will put a different experience in different technology. For example, like I have experience in Java. I'm for 5 years. I will put my profile as 3 years or 4 years as MuleSoft experience. I'll just learn it and keep it. Okay, that is one thing. And there are so many MS students going there. Okay, what they will try to do? They will try to keep already they have some experience without any experience exactly. How do they do? They will learn the tool first. They will practice thoroughly. Okay, as already we have a program, project training program with us exactly. If you join that, what happens? Apart from your regular course training, this project also will help you to explore that, learn it, and then keep some fabricated experience exactly. Is that clear? And especially India, at least 50% of the market runs with fabricated experience. See, I have seen so many people in the real time. I know them. They don't have real time experience, but still we don't try to push them exactly. There are some people who will try to find them, catch them, and then do some nonsense activities exactly. That is fine, completely fine. But still, there are some people, or most of the people, will try to see whether he has that learning capability or not, whether he is disciplined or not, punctual or not, properly he is progressing or not. Okay, they will look for those kind of qualities, and then they will allow you. Okay, that is the way you can do that exactly. So, Praveen, I need the specific question. What is that about CI/CD pipeline? See, I told CI/CD pipeline. You can tell that there is no experience about creating the CI/CD pipeline. Okay. There will be a separate DevOps team who will be taking care of creating the CI/CD pipeline for you. Exactly. Okay. Only your job is to go to CI/CD pipeline and deploy your application and check the logs whenever there is a failure of your application. If you have exposure, in creating the CI/CD pipeline also, that will be an added advantage. Okay, it is not the main advantage. It will be an added advantage. Exactly. Now, for example, like if you include that and if you are unable to answer it, again you will be in trouble, right? For us, learning one tool itself is difficult. If you want to learn Jenkins also in thoroughly, it will take a lot of time, right? Again, got it? That is the reason. This is the way we need to escape from the interviewer. Exactly. Okay, is that clear? I think Praveen, hope you should be clear now.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, okay. Yeah, any other questions? Okay, I'll take the silence as go ahead. Okay, I'll go ahead.
Uh,
Yes,
Actually,
please.
I
Yes.
got 2 years of experience,
Praveen,
but I didn't get
this is
any
me.
call from recruiters.
10:30, 11.
You didn't get any call from?
Recruiters.
Okay, on which technology you are asking for?
I'm asking this Mulesoft only.
See, obviously, I'll tell you one thing exactly. You change the technology and put the profile for other technology also. If you get any calls for the other technology also, then you can switch to that. Exactly. The market is very, very dry for all the technologies. Okay, that is the reason I totally focused on the resume building today. If you see, you got it. See, recently, one of my cousins exactly. I just want to tell you an example. Already, I think our project training people know about it exactly. What happened? They immediately fired him, and he's a very talented fellow. Okay. Despite of that, because of some challenges, they fired him. Okay. In a testing tool called some automation testing tool. Do you have any calls for automation testing right now? No. That too not a very tool called Selenium is there exactly. It will have high number of opportunities in testing in automation testing tool. It's not that kind of tool. It is a different tool. It has it will have less calls than Mulesoft. Not even half of Mulesoft exactly. Normally, whenever I used to observe, within 1 month he got placed. Why? There are two things. One thing is speaking confidently whenever the recruiter calls you, exactly. And before that, you need to have your Naukri profile, LinkedIn profile, and your resume very sharp. Okay. See, if there are no calls, exactly, if there are no calls for anyone, at least you'll get 2 calls per week if you have your things very properly done. You're better than almost 90% of the people right now. Okay, for any technology at this point of time, as per my experience, they don't have calls at all. Exactly. For that reason only, you need to be doing more hard work. Okay, don't leave because Mulesoft is a very, very good technology. Okay, and again, if you wanted to switch to another technology, learn it, and again shift to that, it will take at least 3 to 6 months. Okay, for that reason, I don't suggest that. Already you know and you are aware of this particular technology. Work hard more and try to get the calls exactly. Try to apply more number of jobs also. Be active on LinkedIn, be active on Naukri, be active on your network exactly. Okay, pass your profile. It will take time. Obviously, it will take time. I understand. It is not the similar case of like 21 or 22 right now exactly. It is a very difficult time for all the technologies we have issues exactly. For that reason, you need to be very, very aggressive when compared to the other people. Then only you'll be able to receive the calls. Okay, is that clear?
So
Okay,
clear,
any
sir.
other question? Any other questions? Okay, I'll go ahead. Then I told about the documentation. Immediately, I passed on to the general skills exactly. What are the general skills I need? I told one problem solving skills exactly, and the other one is documentation. And next thing is, I have mentioned a point, extensively interacted with team managers, leads, see here, business analysts, QA teams, and clients. Did I use all the stakeholders of the project? You can write
Yes, yes.
architects also. Okay. See, that is the way you have to mention a point. See, everyone will write a point, but we should try to inculcate more content in the possible way. Okay. Extensively interacted. It means that what you have good communication skills and you can interact with different stakeholders and get the things done. Integration is a very, very different technology where you need to interact with different teams. Exactly. It's not like simply get the requirement, do it. Okay. For example, in my current project, I wanted two configuration details, one for AWS S3, one for another REST API. For the last 3 weeks, I'm not getting it. If I get that, my work will be done. My team's work will be done. We have kept everything ready. The skeleton is ready. The project is ready. Everything is ready. I'm not getting the configuration details of these two services from since 3 weeks. Got it? Okay. See, that is now you need your skills to get the details from the other teams. Exactly. And you need to have the email communication skill, and you have to interact with them, politely ask them. Okay. And you need to slowly change your tone from low to high, aggressive. If they are not responding and all, you need to go aggressive again on them. Exactly. Okay. See, I'm telling that only. I have the interaction skills with different teams, because as a Mulesoft developer, already you have to be communicating to different people. Exactly. Already in the roles and responsibilities we discussed, right? If you remember, from first step to till last step, you have to interact with different stakeholders of the team. Exactly. Or project. Now, next is, see here, strong communication and interpersonal skills, with the ability to communicate effectively with technical and non-technical stakeholders. It means that I'm telling exactly, I think both the points are almost similar exactly, but I put it in a different way. Okay. Like communication and interpersonal skills means like dealing with people properly. Okay. Communicate effectively with technical and non-technical stakeholders. Who are non-technical stakeholders? Hmm? Business team, users. Okay. All these
Yeah.
people. Okay, I'm talking about project exactly. HR will become again, it's completely out of the project, right? I'm talking about Mulesoft project technical and non-technical aspects of a Mulesoft project exactly. And I have used work collaboratively in a. Can you please go on mute? Agile team environment. It means that I'm expressing one point related to I have experience in dealing with agile projects also. Got it? Okay. Now is that clear? See, now if you see, did we miss any of the points in Mulesoft exactly? Almost like we covered everything from uh, requirement gatherings to requirements gathering to till policies, everything. Almost we covered everything, I think, right? We have never missed anything here. Got it? Okay. Now, shall I go to the next section? Yes, I'll go. In a table format, please mention the technical skills, whatever you have. For example, they don't have time in going through all the points here. You can mention here, right? Okay. What did I mention here? If you observe, ESB skills. What is ESB? Enterprise Service Bus, right? Enterprise Service Bus, right? Why we call it as ESB tool? Why Mulesoft is called an ESB tool? Because it facilitates orchestration, transformation, and enrichment, right? Yes or no? Okay. For that reason, we call it as an enterprise service bus. That is the reason I am writing here ESB skills. Okay, ESB skills. What? I have Mule ESB, Design Center, Exchange, Runtime Manager, Anypoint Studio, API Manager, Anypoint Monitoring, RAM. Okay, why I included RAML here? I have written it as programming skills because RAML is not a programming language exactly. It is a modeling language. For that reason, I didn't mention that it here. Programming language, database, and web services, obviously REST and SOAP. Okay, and then RDBMS, Oracle, and MySQL are part of my project, for example. And then data formats, JSON, XML, CSV. CSV tools, whatever I mentioned in the summary, the same thing has been repeated, but in a tabular format. That's it. Here, if you observe, all the API lifecycle components have been utilized here. Design Center, Runtime Manager, Anypoint Studio, API Manager, Anypoint Monitoring. Are we including everything? Right? Got it? See, you should not miss any of the component. That is the thing. Exactly. I mean to say. Okay, fine. Next. See, this is also very, very important component which I generally feel. Okay, most of the resumes will not have this section. I wanted you people to include a section called achievements. Immediately we will get a question, what kind of achievements I have done. See, within the possible ways only we need to identify something and then we need to put it there. Exactly. Okay, see, I have achieved MCD level 1 certification. Most of the people are MCD 1 level 1 certified, right? I can include that point here. Already I included in the header. That is one there. But it is general. Everyone will keep that. They will not put a separate achievement section. But what they will try to do, they will try to put it in a maybe one point as the professional summary there. I'm a MCD level 1 certified developer. For example, like 60% people are there. But among the 60% people who are certified, you wanted to be standing out. You wanted to be standing out. How to do that exactly? With these kind of things exactly. With the proper professional summary along with these achievements. What did I write? If you observe, implemented caching and parallel processing techniques to optimize data processing times, resulting in a 40% reduction in processing times and improved application performance. For example, what I can do, there was one application, okay, for example, they were doing it in a sequential manner. I identified there is a possibility for parallel processing. Okay, I applied that, and there is a possibility for caching in that particular application, and it reduced 40% of the processing time exactly. Now, is it an achievement or not? I have represented quantifiable results. I didn't tell simply improved processing time. I told 40%. You should use these kind of words. Now what happens? It gives a more proper representation exactly. Numbers give always good results. Okay, got it? Now 40% reduction in processing time. It means that it was taking, for example, 1 second. Now what happens? It is taking only 600 milliseconds. Okay, it is taking 1000 milliseconds. It got reduced to 600 milliseconds, which is a great achievement, honestly speaking, in the real-time world. It is a general point, but no other people are keeping it. You are trying to keep it, but you should have the answer ready. Without preparing, you should not keep this particular point. Is that clear? Okay, next. And I identified one more thing exactly. What is that? Previously, they were using unit testing with manual test cases exactly. They are trying to develop manually, my team, because they don't know how to use recorder. I identified that, for example. Now there are 10 developers. They're all doing their units manually. I took 2 to 3 sessions, and then I know already how to use unit recorder. Okay, and then I took 2 to 3 sessions for the entire team, and now can I see that 20% reduction in the development effort? Maybe at least 10%. Got the point there? Okay. See, that way, try to think something and put some points. This kind of thing. 2 or 3 is more than enough. Is that clear? Now, achievements. Obviously, you can put it as I got some award in my team, star of the quarter, as those kind of awards also, right? If there is anything such kind of thing. Those kind of things also can be included here itself. Exactly. It means that you're telling the recruiter or the interviewer, see, I'm a special person. I can work hard and get the results. Get the results, proper results, exactly. You're telling the or representing that and giving the information to them, exactly. Is that clear? Any questions till here? Okay, then professional experience and educational qualification. Everyone will keep this, right? There is nothing to discuss here. Now I'll come to this particular part. Now immediately what we'll try to do? We'll try to put the projects, right? Exactly. Now see how your project should look like. Yes, please.
Sir, if I have an previous company, I have an some achievements like quarter of the year and month of the year. Like, can I keep that
Sir,
in?
your voice is not clear. Can you please talk properly or louder? Exactly.
It's audible right now.
Yeah.
I have on a previous in ABAP experience. Can I keep that ABAP experience achievements in our resume?
Yes, obviously. That's fine. I told it is achievements. I didn't specify anything related to Mulesoft achievements, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But don't exaggerate on other technology achievements exactly. But at
Okay,
least you need to have Mulesoft also. Okay,
okay.
fine. Yeah. Any other questions?
Now,
Okay. See here. I'll explain about one project. It will be the same exactly. See, if you observe here, I read the client name first. Okay. Then duration from when to when. See, I get profiles. Their dates will never match. Whenever I get a fabricated experience profile, right? 80% or 70% of the time, their dates will never match. They don't have that much interest on the profile itself. What does it indicate? They don't have interest in the profile itself. Then why should I select them? You got the point? Okay. In each and every aspect, you need to show your excellence exactly, right? Okay. Whenever we are trying to do something little fabricated, what you should do, you should try to do it in a perfect manner, right? the the working experience details and the project experience details will never match exactly. Okay, that way you need to be very careful. The total experience, the project experience from and to, all these should be clearly mentioned and you need to have the clarity. If you don't mention, what happens? Nothing will happen. Nothing will happen. But still, whenever they ask you, you will not have the answer to your question. If you write it here, you will have the answer to your question. Got it? And it gives a real look than other people, right? Got it? Okay. That is the reason I have mentioned the duration of the project also, from when to when. Okay. Next, I have written the domain also. What is the domain? The whatever the project you are working on, that particular company, to which sector it is falling into. That is known as domain. I have written that exactly. Next, what is the role? MuleSoft developer or senior MuleSoft developer or junior MuleSoft developer, this kind of role specific to your project exactly. And then I have written a point called environments exactly. Why I mentioned that here? To show the difference between other people and us, right? Exactly. We need to show something different. Already you know there will be separate environments. Already everything you know, right? You have information as part of our project discussion exactly. Now, if you see dev, SIT, UAT, prod and DR. Why I included DR here? As it is a banking project. You know disaster recovery environment, right? Yes, disaster recovery environment, whenever there is a disaster they'll be having it, as it is very critical for a banking and financing related institutions. That is the reason they have that particular DR also. For example, the interviewer hasn't worked on DR aspect exactly and he had a question, what is this DR, and you explained very clearly, you may get the job. See, it means you answered other things in above average and you answered it very perfectly here. See, sometimes the mind will decide like, okay, this guy is capable of answering it. Okay, he will be doing it exactly. Okay, fine, right? And I have written the team size also. Okay, clear? Fine. Now I wrote some description of the project, some 3 to 4 lines. See, is it mandatory to write the description? Not, honestly speaking. But at this point of time, you need to inculcate these kind of things to stand out from the other people. And one more thing, you will get more clarity also, right? If you write the small description about the project exactly. Okay, fine. What is that? ABC Bank collaborates with different partners such as Google Pay, Flipkart, Amazon, Credit, Ola, etc. to offer loans to the partners' customers. Loan products are of different types: buy now pay later, personal loans, vehicle loans. This particular project facilitates the integration capabilities to the partners for providing loans in a digital manner, that is completely paperless. What does it mean? This project will facilitate for the paperless loans, completely digital loans. Exactly how this type of in, uh, partner with different partners like Amazon, Flipkart, okay, Ola, Google Pay, Phone Pay, Paytm. Okay, that is a project, and then you're trying to tell the responsibilities of yours in that particular project. It is again similar, whatever you have written in the profile summary, you'll be doing the same here. If possible, include the connectors also here. You'll have more clarity. In this particular project, these are the connectors I have used. This is the source system, this is the target system. Is that clear? Okay, got it? Fine, right? Now whenever you're preparing this resume, most of your questions will be clarified if it is in this format. Got it? Okay, you can write. We have written environment, right? Connectors also, and you can mention the connectors relevant to this project only. Again, don't put everything. You should understand, for this project I have used JMS. In other project I have used VM connector, for example. Okay, HTTP, Salesforce, and you should be aware, right? You already know that particular project, what to do and all exactly, and based on that you can tell that, right? Okay, which component, which connector exactly. Okay, now responsibilities again include the same kind of things exactly, like for example, like what here: develop and maintain Mulesoft integrations that connect various banking systems and services such as external and internal partners, core banking systems, something related to the project exactly. Okay, and if you see, write clean, well documented code. Okay, and including error handling, logging and security, work with testing teams, implement security measures. Okay, troubleshoot and resolve issues. Okay, participate in the code reviews. Okay, keep up to date with the latest news of technologies and trends and share knowledge with the other people. Okay, for example, some new release is there. What happens? You learn something and you have delivered it to the team. It is a good thing, right? You are ahead of your team, right? It gives a good uh, presentation to the client or to the other people also, right? For that reason. Okay, now other to all relevant banking regulations. For banking projects there will be separate some standards and guidelines. I try to express that also. Provide technical guidance and mentorship to junior developers. Some junior developers are there in the project, we used to help them. Don't put it in the starting project. Okay, starting project mean whenever you started your Mulesoft journey, you only don't know much exactly. How can you guide your juniors exactly? Some people I see that in their starting project itself they'll tell that I provide. See, if they're experts, that's fine. As soon as they answer the questions right, we'll try to observe them. If they are very confident, they are answering very properly, then I can go ahead and say that okay, he might have guided. He is not confident at all, for example, and in the first starting project itself he has put it in, I have guided some 10 people or 15 people exactly. There is no correlation between the confidence and the point I mentioned here. That way we need to be more clear. Okay, fine. Next, at least add 2 projects exactly. Add at least 2 projects related to Mulesoft. Don't add only one project and keep 4 years, 5 years exactly. Okay, and 2 projects you need to have some clarity. Then again same here, client, duration, domain, role, all these things. Okay, and description. Okay, see here, this XYZ project includes a Mulesoft solution to connect to a retail chain's loyalty program with point of sale systems. Point of sale system means your POS systems, right? Like the credit card swiping machines and all exactly. Okay, right? This enabled an automatic reward application for customers during checkout, improving the in-store promotional experience. And we can include some more points also, like 5 to 6 lines. No need to write 15-20 lines of description, just short description which tells in the high level exactly. And you can try, you can also tell that maybe what are the policies you have used, those kind of high level overview also you can write there exactly. Is that clear? And again, responsibilities. If you observe here, obviously again participate in code reviews, develop. Here I have added a new point called developed proof of concepts exactly, POCs. What is that? Whenever there is no work, obviously maybe for new clients, right? We need to do some POCs, or we wanted to learn something new exactly. We haven't ever, for example. At that point of time, you will be developing POCs. Those kind of things also I have done. I have mentioned that. And data sources, troubleshoot again, same, work with other developers and architects, test and debug, create and maintain technical documentation, collaborate with business analysts. See, same points in a different manner again. Don't just copy it and paste it for both of them. Is that clear? Okay, 5-6 points are more than enough, not required to have 10-15 points. For roles and responsibilities, 5-6 points. Okay, fine. Is that clear? Next. This is the third project, okay, which is not Mulesoft. Okay, please mention that also. Please mention the entire details. Okay, don't keep it half baked exactly. Okay, please mention each and every detail. And see here, same way I mentioned maintenance developer, and this particular bank will do something, but I have written the same description, not specific to this particular project, just for showing I have written it here. Okay, and roles and responsibilities, and then the entire project is. Now, is this resume looks impressive at least? Right? Now at least you got an idea like how to craft your resume properly.
Yes.
Got it right? Now at least if it increases your calls, 2 to 3 calls per month, 2 to 3 calls. Okay, I'm not telling 15 calls, 20 calls, or 30 calls. Your chance of getting selected is more. Okay. Along with that, you need your confidence at high levels. Exactly. Keep your communication properly. Whatever you're trying to speak to them, keep your communication properly. Try to practice that. And as soon as a recruiter calls it, it will be a same pattern, right? What is your total experience? What is your relevant experience? Please tell me about yourself for 1 or 2 points exactly. Okay, these kind of general questions will be coming. What is the current package? What is the expected package? Don't tell one word answers. Okay, don't tell one word. What is your current package? 5 lakhs. Don't tell like that. Okay, tell it in a professional manner. I'm receiving 5 LPA, means 5 lakhs per annum. See, it's just a little difference. Anybody can speak that English exactly. Okay, don't worry about the English and all. You have to be worried about practicing. If you practice that, you will get it. Just 1 or 2 words, right? Whoever is convenient with English and all, I am very happy. That's fine. But whoever is not convenient, I am suggesting them observe the questions. Okay. For that questions, write the answers, practice them. You will get it exactly. Show that confidence in the call. Okay. If you are confident, then only the recruiter will schedule the call. Otherwise, no. You think that I have done everything, I told everything properly. No, they will observe everything. They are trying to shortlist 100 people. They called 50 people. Okay, 50 resumes have been already shortlisted. Okay, now for this 50 people, how they will shortlist? With the confidence exactly. Fine. Now any questions so far on the resume part?
So, like if you kept 2 years of experience, the package, how would we tell about the package? And if we after 2 years of experience, the package will be 3 or 5 LPA.
That's fine.
Uh,
Whatever is the current package, tell that. And see, for example, like, see, currently the trend is number of years into 3 lakhs per annum. For example, you have 3 years of experience. Okay, 3 into 3. If you are above average, exactly. If you're more than good, okay, 3 into 3, how much? 9 lakhs. See, initially you want to learn work, go for less experience, less salary. You are not so much confident. Go for less salary, learn the work for 1 2 years, and then focus on packages. I've told so many times in the previous classes also, like there is a huge demand for Mulesoft developers. Recently, one of my colleagues got for 5 years 25 lakhs per annum, but it is not the case for all the people. It depends on the caliber of us exactly. Okay, 2 to 4 lakhs per year is ideal. It's fine, you'll get it. You are too good, 3 into 4 12 lakhs you'll get easily. I'm telling. I have seen the cases. I'm not just telling you that exactly. There is a girl called Kalyani. Okay, there is a girl called Kalyani. She's a topper. Okay, she does the work. She is almost 2.5 years experience. She got a package of around some 12 or 13. Okay, she will do better than 5 to 6 years of experienced people. Okay, see, it depends on the caliber exactly. Okay, see, 2.5 years again, 11 to 12 is very high, right? Exactly. Okay, she is excellent. That is the reason they gave the salary and they took her exactly. Okay, it depends on the 2 to 4. 2, for example, 2 years into 2, 4, 2 into 3, 6, 2 into 4, 8. That way you can analyze yourself. And one more thing, in the right, in the current market right now, they are not giving more than 30% or 35% of hike on the current salary. If you are asking for more 50%, 60%, now at this point of time, it is not possible as per my observation. Okay, just go for 30% or 35% or 25 to 35% on the current salary. Based on that, you keep your current salary. Exactly. Is that clear? Okay, fine. Okay. Yeah, before going here, I just want to show the cover letter also. Okay. See, for example, you have got the email ID of the recruiter. Okay, just go, don't go and just click apply and leave that. Exactly. If you got the email, just take the email and see here. The same structure can be utilized for almost like all opportunities exactly with little changes. I, see, for example, the recruiter name is Shobha. Hi Shobha, I am writing to express my interest in the Mulesoft developer position currently available with your company. For example, that company name. Okay, with over 5+ years of overall experience, including 3+ years in Mulesoft development, I believe I would be an ideal candidate for this particular role. I'm telling that I've seen your job description. I'll fit that exactly. Okay, I have developed and implemented a variety of Mulesoft integrations and APIs for different clients across the banking and retail industries. My API design, development, testing, and deployment skills have helped me create efficient and reliable solutions. I'm proficient in Mulesoft Anypoint Studio, API Manager, monitoring. I can write runtime manager, all those things also, and have experience with Mulesoft version 4.x. I have collaborated with, I'm telling my technical skills and I'm telling my non-technical skills. Got it? I have collaborated with cross-functional teams, including business analysts, architects, and project managers to ensure successful project delivery. I have also provided technical guidance and training to junior developers, helping them to develop their Mulesoft skills. See, if you don't have confidence, don't include this point. Okay, fine. Now, please find my resume attached for your review. I look forward to discussing my qualifications further and learning more about this exciting opportunity. And write your name, and this is the way you need to send an email. Okay, this is the body part of your email. Put the subject. Sorry, what is that exactly? Subject only, right? Subject line. Subject line. Some Mulesoft application for Mulesoft developer, and write your name there. Hyphen. That way you can send this, right? While copying and pasting, don't keep Shobha for everyone. Okay. Try to change the name, this name, and this name. Company name, right? Okay. You need to understand that. And for everyone, you for example, like Ramesh is the recruiter. You said hi Shobha. Okay. Don't do that. Okay. Please try to be cautious and then do that. Okay, try to apply as many number of people as possible. For example, go to LinkedIn, find some email IDs, all the recruiters. How to find that? Mulesoft, search for Mulesoft, check for posts, and check the people who has put up the job, Mulesoft jobs. Exactly, they will be giving email ID there. Try to list out all the email IDs. When you go to Naukri, you will find some email IDs. List out all the email IDs. See, you are trying to do more than other people what they are doing exactly. Whenever there is a tough time, you have to put in extra efforts. Then only you will be successful. Otherwise it would be very, very difficult. Right? Yes or no? Fine. And whenever the market is open, no need to do all these things. Just copy paste the profile and send it. Automatically you'll get more number of calls. Okay, but at this point of time, this is very, very crucial. That is the reason I took this as a first step. Otherwise I should have gone to the interview questions directly. Okay, I have, because yesterday also I have taken 2 interviews Friday for 10 years guys. Okay, one profile was good, one profile was, see, 10 years experience means it should have some appeal, right? Exactly. There is no appeal in the profile itself. Okay, recruiter shortlisted and gave it to me, but I was not impressed. With 10 years experience, he has to at least, I need to see different kind of connectors, right? Different kind of security mechanisms, right? Different kind of projects, right? Okay, I was not getting appealed, and even answering also it was not good. I rejected it. One I sent for the second round, one I rejected in the first round itself. Okay, that way it will create an impression. Exactly. Okay, they will not look for your resume more than 1 or 2 minutes. In that 1 to 2 minutes itself, you should grab the attention of the people. Okay, fine. Till now, what did we do? We are trying to create an effective resume and cover letter to get the calls. Exactly. The same way, you have to put more emphasis on your LinkedIn profile as well as Naukri profile. Is that clear? Okay, you have all the information, right? Now you can go and edit that properly there. In Naukri part also, each and every segment, certification segment, every segment need to language skills, everything you need to update it properly. Okay, upload the resume. Daily update your Naukri profile. Every day. Possible, try to do it 2 to 3 times per day. Why? That algorithm will take for the latest profiles. Exactly. Naukri algorithm. If possible, 1% take the Naukri premium also and share that amount with 3-4 people. Whoever get the calls, you can rotate that, right? Don't think that if I share this call to other person, again he will be a competitor to me. If he is not the competitor, some other person will be your competitor for sure. Okay, try to do that. Now what happens, at least with little amount, you are going for premium also. Maybe let it get one extra call or 2 extra calls. That is also useful at this point of time. I mean to say that. Exactly. Okay, and share the amount. What happens, at least some reduction in the amount also, right? Okay, that way you can try to do that. Okay, and LinkedIn Premium 1 month is free. Whenever you are very confident, go for 1 month LinkedIn Premium option also. Okay, fulfill the total profile properly, fill the total profile properly. Use that 1 month option, sending messages to recruiters also there. Don't take the premium randomly. Whenever you're totally prepared, then only take it. They'll give you for 1 month premium. Otherwise, every month they'll charge you around again, I think 2,500 to 3,000 rupees per month again. Okay, got it? This way, now you have to again apply your minds and do some extra work. Is that clear? Yeah, any questions so far?